Hello, fellow Pipers. Typing Piper here with another new video, which hopefully I start becoming more consistent with this thing, like I used to be. After all, at this point, I really don't have any excuse because I was ghosted over the weekend. For those of you who are not familiar with this term, you're probably Gen X or older. This is something them youngins are doing these days. So, ghosting, what is this? This thing. This is when you try or you act completely normal up until the point of, let's see here, blocking and completely disappearing from somebody's radar on the internet. So, a few more details on what happened with me. I was actually ghosted by two people. Some of you may know that I was doing a podcast for a while with some coworkers. It was fun. I enjoyed it. At this point, can't really speak for anybody else. So, the week leading up to said event, the last actual show that we recorded was odd. I noticed that one of my coworkers wouldn't make eye contact with anyone. Showed up, acted completely normal, told her story. Overall, it went just like it normally did. Except, like I said, she wasn't making eye contact with anyone. It was really weird. The other thing that happened after that show was recorded was the guy, the other co-host that I had on there. We would chit chat throughout the week. I'd run into him. We'd have a conversation about one thing or another, and that whole week, standoffish. Didn't say much. Didn't really contribute to any conversation. I figured he just had something going on at home. Whatever. I know he doesn't make much money. He works part-time, no benefits, whatever. So, that is everything leading up to this weekend. So I arranged to have a guest on the show, a new guy at work, somebody that I know on and off over the years. Not very well, but I would consider him an acquaintance, and wanted to talk to him about being homeless, because last time I ran into him, he's 30 years old and homeless. So thought it would be a good topic for the show. And my other male co-host right away said that he wasn't going to be there. Again, figured he had some other plans or something. Whatever. Doesn't matter. The other co-host, she said, contact me on Saturday, let me know, and we'll go from there. So Saturday comes around, and I send her a message saying, hey, we're looking to get together at 4, usual spot. This other person's going to be there, and let me know. So Sunday, I wake up, haven't heard anything, but who knows, sometimes people send messages at the middle of the night. And Facebook Messenger is telling me that I cannot reply to this conversation. And it gives a list of reasons why. So I go on to Facebook and her profile's not coming up. I go on to Instagram, her profile's not coming up. Our podcast profile was coming up. That I thought was weird. It's that she completely blocked me from her personal accounts because, yeah, our podcast account would not have been there. So, yeah, have not heard from this person. Most likely will not talk to this person, even if I see them at work. Either one of them. What really sucks is they still have some of my equipment. Yeah. Digital recorders. The one guy, he's got a couple of movies of mine, which, hate to say it, I had a feeling I was not going to get those back, so I actually started rebuying some of the ones that he borrowed. But at this point, just kind of like a fuck you, I just want to, like, talk to my boss at work and be like, oh, by the way, not only do they do this, but they still have some of my shit. So, yeah, there's that. So things leading up to, well, let's see here. There was complaints about how the show is formatted. The people they were talking to said, well, 2 hours is too long. If it was just an hour, why not cut the show in half? If we record for 2 hours, and we cut it in half and make it 2 1-hour segments, you still end up listening to 2 hours. So anyways, the last time we recorded, I did stop us at the 1 hour mark, and we took a break, recorded a second hour, and I have to say the second hour was definitely awkward, not structured. People kept wanting to talk about shit that half of us didn't even know what the other half was talking about. Yeah, so the last episode that was posted, well, actually the bonus was posted. That was a interview special. It's like 20 minutes. And the one before that is probably going to be the last full episode to go online. And I'm seriously considering just erasing the entire fucking podcast from existence at this point. Because, yeah, if this is how the coming generations react or treat things, and this is considered professional, we're fucked. So what is in store for Typing Piper in the near future? Hell if I know. Sure as hell don't want to do a podcast again. Unfortunately, my good friends are scheduling, when it comes to scheduling, just unreliable with doing something like that. It does free up a lot of time. It was 3 to 4 hours Sunday, setting up, recording, tearing everything down, taking people home. That's another thing. Neither one of my co-hosts owned a car. And at the end of the night, I was responsible for taking them home. Which, whatever, that's cool, Friends do that. Friends do that. But, yeah. Oh, what else is entailed? Let's see here. 3 to 4 hours Sunday. Then you have another 2 to 3 hours of editing. Keep in mind, it was a 2-hour podcast, which means you have to listen to the whole damn thing. Make corrections along the way. Sometimes it could end up being 3 to 4 hours. Plus, I have to attach the intro music. Any intro audio. clean up any interviews that we were doing with the digital recorders. Add those to the podcast. Overall, each episode was about 8 hours worth of work. A full workday for a show. That's on my end. They just had to show up. So, if you are a millennial, if you are Gen Z, know that this will not get you any brownie points when it comes to working with other people. It's a good way to make sure that you get a reputation as a unreliable asshole, because means you don't like to communicate, which is required for the workspace. Means you don't play well with others. So, just a little tip. Well, that's all I've got for about now, and hope everyone's doing well. Keep on typing.